to finish up, there's some different stuff too, mainly coming from this forward double forearm strike, right? So there's different ways it can be done. It's a good little technique. You could be coming off the side of a strike or something, and you know, it can fold and become an elbow type thing. It can be an elbow here. So let's see, like you might shoot out an elbow here, maybe. Then these just like pry open. It can be really quite it can come like quite extended. So here, it's sort of, if we're like bringing these elbows in, so it can almost like come angular too, like rather than just straight on. It can be like narrow. It can be like from here out. Can probably come sort of like angular that way. Can be back fists too. Could be higher. Again, it could angle off, like so. You could actually, like I'm sort of doing it from a hip width at the minute, but it can come off like a bow type stance. It could come from the shin-knee type stuff as well, like here. It could come from like, I don't know, come from that, like a protecting elbow type thing here, that we just like fold the elbow move type stuff. Like I said, because this style's being created, there's no boundaries. There's no we just do something, you know, a certain, sorry karate, but I'm looking at you. I love styles, different styles, but it's like I just look at things now and like it's hard to explain, but I just have this deep analysis going on that's like it sort of annoys me to see people like robotically doing the same shit. If I had people doing this stuff like Jeet Kune Do, I'd like them to like evolve and advance things. And yeah, some things won't work, I'm sure. But anyway, I'll keep with the program. So this too, type stuff, coming across the body. Here. You know, get that stomp happening. This can these back fists too, they can come this way, you know, so you can like get into more of a like the budgie type stomping stuff, you know. I don't know. They could probably palm, like double palms too, like palming out. I prefer the fists and the forearms because they're sort of nastier, but if you hear, you know, person sort of up close, I don't know, maybe you just get a palm out in the face to come through with something else, you know. But yeah, so you can have this crossing stuff going on, you know. So you've got the elbow out there, you're like, could be in close, I don't know, different stuff, just different ideas. This can shoot, so if we'll just possibly, yeah, like in a stationary, I guess I'm going to have to show you all the stuff this way. So here, come straight up and out with these parts, the forearm, the elbow that way, the hammer fist part, so coming up, it can cross, it could cross here and come out, so I can sort of defend, come up and just come into like a, what the back fist type stuff. Can come up and sort of, if we change our stance a little bit, like off on the angles, like covering more area. What's out can come in too, as well. So here, they can come from here, coming in. So here, can just be used in that way. Also, the more narrower stuff, as well. Like, so this is wider, and also like the palm type stuff, possibly. More bracing stuff. So rather than having it out here, have it making like the brace more, like how we're embracing a tree type thing. So this sort of stuff where we're this sort of making a brace, like something that can't come in against it, making a fence in that way. And then obviously you can collapse that movement too. What else? From here, you got this sort of, you got more of a tighter, so you've got, it's hard to explain, you got like a sort of more bracing strike, where it braces out. It's not going to stay there, but it's to keep away in a way. And then you got more of a tensile movements that sort of flick. And then, I don't know, you've got more powerful, depending on the expression and intention you put into the movement. So you got these narrow ones too, you know, which might narrower movement, but it's what's going on, like higher even stuff, like higher up, which is more probably more elbow type stuff. So I mean, it's like pretty. There's a fair bit to it. Like it's fairly in depth. And yeah, like this is just me playing. Like there's be more ways to use this. This could be inside the guard. This can come. What can go out can come in too. And this is where, like, we grab on, use the wrists, strike, you know, palm, elbow type stuff. Use those different principles that I've talked about before, the flicky stuff, you know, the flicky stuff, the tensile, the more like springy stuff. So that comes out. It's got like rebound to it. One. It's like you do a punch and it has recoil. So that can come out, you know. But again, what's out, even if it's just this flick, so that can flick, press out against a punch coming in, inside of an arm, get this hit on, get this pull, you know, this pull strike, pull punch, get this, that sort of stuff happening, but also get this pulling in stuff. If we're out pulling, we're pulling in and striking. Grabbing on, striking, just grabbing on, you know, pull, push pull stuff, you know, push pull, grabbing on, you know, pushing a shoulder, pulling on an arm type stuff. Lots of different stuff you can do, you know, bringing something one way and then the other type stuff. It's these opposing forces. It's in nature, it's in life, good and evil, but if you want to bring it down to the very basic elements or real life things, but push pull, yin yang, cause and effect. But yeah, this sort of movement is going on in a boxer's punch, you know, boxer's punch, Muay Thai knees, they're pulling and pushing, you know, pulling, push. Anyway, then you got the circular stuff, you know. Last thing I suppose is this strike here, you know, coming out type thing. If you put circularness, just that movement coming up here, if I put circle, like a circleness on that type stuff, that changes this technique, because it's, instead of coming either out, this is just one application type thing, or back, you could even, from just this coming up, come off here, double forearms, strike, you know, whatever comes up this way, comes off this way, you know, shoots out that way instead of up. Doesn't even come up, just goes out, in, you know, here, punch in, double punch, bang, push, push, push in, pull, pull in. Much to look at, and then obviously got all this stuff. So thank you very much. I usually just finish with that sort of stuff, classical Chinese type finish. Anyway, I gotta go, family's home. But I'm done anyway, so good stuff. Alright, thank you. Any questions, feel free to drop a comment, like, subscribe. Awesome, see you next time. And let me know what you think of the haircut. I was going to joke around and say, oh, it's my brother that's come and he's training today. That's a joke, anyway.